He's just a unique person, you know, and like, it's just amazing to me that someone in the past, it's been over almost 20 years now, the guy hasn't changed. You know, if anything, he's just honed his skills, whether it's on the court or off, and he's just a better person than he was before. You know, when he first started playing for me, he was sort of tentative and didn't really want to take control. But once he got familiar with the guys he was playing with, he was like the best player that I was coaching. His demeanor, you know, very respectful. He was very meticulous. We used to call him the silent assassin because he would have 25 points and you didn't even know he had 25 points. The role that basketball has played in Mike's life, to me, has created with Mike was always regimental. You know, he always had a plan. Mike always was prepared mentally, physically, and he was always prepared for a challenge, and he would create challenges, you know, unassuming to whoever he was playing against or working out against, you know. But we would have scrimmages, you know, with the team, and his team would always win. He would always create some sort of a situation during the game where his team won, whether it was a steal, a jump shot, you know, a layup. We tried some other schools. We tried some JUCOs upstate, and it just didn't work out. So I just arbitrarily contacted. I didn't know who the coach was there. I just got a list. I wrote a list down, and I called the schools. And Tony said, "Okay, I'll come out and check him out." He came to it. We were playing in a pro-am league. Mike was actually playing against men. And I think Mike was about 17, so I think he graduated early. And, you know, Tony came out, he saw Mike play, and I don't remember the dialogue as far as what, I know Tony said something to the effect of Mike held his own, you know, and he was playing against seasoned adults. We're talking about guys in their late 20s, you know, but, you know, Mike held his own during the game, and I watched Mike get better and better. And then when he started playing for Petosa, there was a coach there. I don't remember the name. He was an assistant coach. He taught Mike. One time Mike came to the gym while he was at Staten Island, and he was shooting the ball at the side of the backboard. That's how, like, meticulous Mike is. And he would stand there and just shoot the ball right off the side of the backboard. And if it didn't come straight back to him, he would get upset. And he'd keep doing it and doing it. You know, that says a lot about a person. I don't know any other players that shoot a ball off the side of the backboard, but that particular person, that coach, taught him how to do that, and his shot got better and better.
He's a kid that you want kids like him, because if you can get every kid on your team to be like him, you're going to win the national championship. That's how good a player and good a person he is, because he's a kid that, more than anything, you know you can rely on, and you know what? You can't do any better than that. He's a program kid, and that's probably the best compliment I can give a kid. He was one of those kids who was able to absorb information. He actually was the one who decided not to play the first year because he wanted to have 4 full years of basketball. And in retrospect, I mean, there's no question that was a great decision on his part, because he had an immediate impact on us, not just his first year, but all 4 years, obviously. Michael was a quiet leader, not one of those kids that would get in the kids' faces, and unfortunately sometimes I wish he had, because I think he had, especially after his first year, we graduated a lot of kids, he had the ability to be in that position or in that role. Not really his personality, which if you speak to Michael now, very soft-spoken, not one to kind of fire you up and stuff like that, but at the same time, the kids around him, I think, respected his ability an awful lot, because he really was always the first kid in the gym, always shooting, always stayed around a little bit extra, always did a little bit more than everybody else. Again, because I really think Michael's one of those few kids that actually is a basketball player. He doesn't play basketball, he's a basketball player, and he really wanted to get better, and he did. The one thing that Michael became, which I really didn't expect this to happen, was he became an incredibly good scorer. He was able to do things with the basketball, simple, very simple. He wasn't fancy, but somehow he was able to get into the lane and pull up and shoot the ball. He had very good range on his shot. Was able to create for himself, get to the backboard. he did some very, very impressive things with the ball. And you can, with just the stats that he had in terms of All-Stars and MVPs and stuff like that, you can understand that the kid had an impact, not just on our team, but he kind of made other teams change what they were doing because he was that good. Records are made to be broken, and when they're broken by somebody that I'm not going to hesitate in saying this, when you love them as a person, as a player, when you respect them, it is so much nicer to see because their success is your success, especially because I had the opportunity to coach these guys. And Michael, when he broke it, it was the same exact feeling. Just a really nice kid that deserved the honor of being able to say, I'm the all-time leading scorer. There are certain things that life takes away from you and sometimes gives you. Unfortunately, as you get older, your memories start to fade a little bit. You start forgetting some of the more important things that occur to you as you have family and things like that as an individual. So the one thing I will say is the 4 years that you guys spend here and the honor that you get of being inducted to the Hall of Fame means not only did you have a ton of success, but you also left an impact on other people. And you know what? As a person, you can't ask for anything better. Congratulations. I know I had an opportunity to speak to you prior to this, but it's a great honor to be in the Hall of Fame. I hope someday I get to join you. Your teammates, people who are associated with the program know what a good person you are. You're still probably, I'm not going to say this 100% because someone will yell at me, you're still probably the best scorer who's graduated because every time you get to those alumni games, you light it up. You might want to pass the ball a little bit more now. Just want to point that out to you. But other than that, best of everything, best of life, best of health, and again, richly deserved.
I just wanted to say congratulations on your award. You deserve it more than anyone else to me. I wish you the best, and I hope you continue to go back to CSI to give back like I give back to you guys. And I just want to say that I love you. It was a pleasure to coach you, all right? And it's a pleasure to have you in my life. And I wish you all of the best from here to eternity.